YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy, Trouble T Roy, Get Kicks Wholesale, the number 2 at gmail.com. GETKICKZWHOLESALE, the number 2 at gmail.com. And I just wanted to do a quick video, something that you may start seeing. I've spoke on it briefly, not often, but I felt like I should do a specific video for this. Again, also too, the goal is to bring you content and to give you kind of sneaker education that will help you out here in these sneaker selling streets. You dig what I'm saying? And to go against the grain of what you hear, because majority of the time what you hear in this sneaker YouTube community is a lie and it's entertainment. But we're going to talk about, for a few moments, these sneaker authentication apps. Yeah. It's time to debunk this nonsense. And I understand it's a moneymaker, and it's not genius. It's not very smart. Well, I'll put it to you this way. It's smart in the sense of people that fall for it, which unfortunately is the majority of the sneaker community, because people aren't driven enough to get their own or do their own research and get their own information. Again, that can be looked up because it's public. Now, those of you that are aware of real versus fake, you guys already know, number one, the debunking factor. The first thing is that the brands themselves do not authenticate. They do not determine real versus fake. You may occasionally catch employees at certain stores calling a shoe real or fake, but again, they have no authority at all. They're just employees. Nobody's giving them the go-ahead or the okay to say a shoe is real versus fake, because the brands overall don't do it. Okay? So don't get pulled into that trap. Don't get sucked in by that, because again, just because somebody works at the Nike factory store and got a Nike polo with a Nike check in their employee doesn't mean that they're an authenticator, because technically authenticators is a made-up term. And not even technically, it is. It's a made-up term. So don't be fooled by that. So that's number one, okay? Number one, the brands do not authenticate. Number two, again, real versus fake is only applicable in the sense of exclusive, highly sought after shoes. Again, you won't see a real versus fake for a Saucony unless they do like a collab with like Virgil. Then all of a sudden, you get what I'm saying? Like if it's an off-white Saucony or something like that, then all of a sudden there will be real versus fake because of the collaboration of the high demand of Off-White, and Virgil's work right now is on fire. Just to give you an example, or Fear of God and say Saucony collab, then all of a sudden you'll have real versus fake. But regular Sauconys, regular Reeboks, regular Adidas, that's not Yeezys or any specialty like a Bape and Adidas collab that was really high, that was really high resale, that collaboration. Stuff like only the exclusive stuff that is a little bit harder to get, not your general release stuff. Like I say, not your Reeboks, you don't see people doing, again, Adidas Samoas, real versus fake. Like, you don't see that. So, two, again, real versus fake is only done on exclusive shoes. You don't see it much. Number three, again, I just said this a couple seconds ago. Authenticator is a made-up term. It's self-given. It's self-made. So, how is it even possible to create an app to determine real versus fake when they're just telling you subjective information? So you're pretty much going to pay, if you download this app or use this app to determine real versus fake for you, is you're paying somebody to give you their opinion. I'll pause right there. You're paying somebody to provide you their opinion, not even factual information, their opinion. Troy, how do you know it's their opinion? I know it's their opinion based off of what Nike says, Adidas says, how they don't authenticate, how if you do know a location, let's check this out, not a person, but a location, a store selling counterfeits, that you ought to report it to a counterfeiting email that they provide. But they don't determine real versus fake. They don't. You know what that counterfeiting email is for? It's for stores to make sure stores are set up properly or aren't set up properly, so they can seize that clientele that store has because they didn't get it from them and somebody's not getting paid. That's what that's for. So, and again, they don't authenticate. They haven't even coined the term. Like, they don't even use the term authenticator. You know what they say? Buy from authorized retailers. That's it. So you're trusting an app or even people with these authenticating services, people for their opinion. Now, if it's a business that provides a proper opinion that's really telling you, like, no, this shoe isn't fake. It may be the first version of this shoe. There's a few versions of this shoe, and this is what the first version looks like versus the second version, but it's not fake. Or they telling you the obvious counterfeit that you know is a counterfeit that you don't even have to take to an authenticator, quote unquote authenticator. Let's be real, because real versus fake, again, is obvious. Come on. You don't even got to go to no authenticator for that. You know the flea market joints that you know the flea market joints that ain't right, man. You know the Canal Street looking joints that ain't right. Like, just like any other counterfeit, you can tell the difference. Like, you can tell the difference between a real Louis Vuitton bag versus a counterfeit. Easy to tell the difference. Okay. So again, for those that don't understand real versus fake, this is for you and to educate you, to let you know, don't fall for this jargon of these sneaker authenticating applications that's going to come out. Even when they lie to you and tell you that artificial intelligence is going to be able to determine whether a shoe is real or not. If that's the case, and to be real with you, then how come Nike isn't telling us about this sneaker authentication app? How come Adidas isn't telling us about this sneaker authentication app? How come they're not advertising it? How come you don't see it on television? Okay? How come you don't see them pushing this sneaker authentication app or these sneaker authentication businesses? You don't see it. Not from the brands. How come they're not supporting it and saying, hey, check out this technology? Because if they did real versus fake, they would just do it under their company name. Nike would do it under Nike. Jordan would do it under Jordan. They wouldn't hire an outside company to do authenticating for them because they create the shoes. Duh. They create the shoes. So who do they need? What outside company would they need to authenticate for them? So wake up, people. Take that wool from over your eyes. Lift that veil, because it's real out here in the field. And you go ahead and give somebody your money for an opinion that's incorrect anyway. That's on you. But don't say I didn't inform you. All right. It's your boy, man. Trouble T. Roy. All the information is in the description. The email if you want to contact me. The Patreon information. And also my Instagram information. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Go check me out on Instagram. And it's your boy, man. Signing out. Peace.